what is it that we are going to learn in email marketing today? Okay. I will try and make this session as intense as possible and as practical as possible for you all to get the best out of it. Okay. Before that, without wasting much ado, let's go ahead and learn email marketing. Has any one of you all tried your hands on email marketing before this? Please type in I have, if you all have done the email marketing bit of email marketing. It's an form of direct marketing. Okay, people can directly go ahead and start sending in messages to your email IDs. It could be promotional, it could be informational, it could be transactional. Okay, so examples: sending and welcome email, replying to an inquiry, sending and discount, thanking someone for opting into your email list. We are not looking at one-to-one emails over here. Please try and understand. We are looking at bulk mails. We are going to learn how to send bulk mails to the people. Okay, practically I will use a software that is going to help you in terms of sending out the bulk mails. Okay, thanks for mentioning. All good. Okay, wonderful. Just to give you an idea, how email marketing works. Okay, I'll just share my screen. Share my screen. Perfect. So let's say, for example, is my screen visible? So for example, if I have an email ID, there are two components within an email ID. What is that? That is, let's say, for example, I put in my name and say Gmail ID. Okay. So the first part of it, that is Sachin. What is Sachin? That is my name, or it is my ID. And what is Gmail? Gmail is the domain. So my email ID is divided into two parts. One is the ID and the other is the domain. So what happens when I send a mail? So let's say, for example, if I have to send a mail, I do what? I just go ahead to, I will put in the email ID. And then I'll put in the subject, and then I'll put the mail. Okay. And then what I do? I click on send. What happens after you click on send is what I want to explain you over here. Okay. So I'll just stop sharing my screen. Yeah. So when an email is composed, you will have two components. Then once you hit the send button, it goes to a server called as an SMTP server. What is an SMTP server? SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is a server. Assume this to be as your post box. Previously, people used to write mails and they used to put it in a box from where a postman used to come and collect those letters. Similarly, that offline setup is changed into an online or a technology based setup. Now that post box is your server where all the mails are collected when once a person sends the mail. Okay, it is collected over there. Then what happens? The person goes back to his office once he's collected all these letters, and he will do what? He will start checking the pin code. Yeah, everybody has an pin code on the letter. He will start checking for the pin code. That is called as the DNS, domains name server. Now what happens? Whatever emails you are sending, it will check whether gmail.com is spelled incorrectly, or gmail.com whether it is a genuine website or no. So if it says yes, it is a legitimate website, then it will go further. If it is not, then it will go back. So similarly, a postman, what he does is he checks for the pin code. If the pin codes are correct, he will put those particular pin codes in those boxes, right? Now what happens? So domain name server is going to check for the domain if it is a legitimate domain. Next, what it does is it is going to hit another server. What is that server? That server is called as the MTA, Mail Transfer Agent. Now your MTA is nobody but your postman or your courier guy who will come check for the building. Now he goes beyond. Now he goes beyond the what you say the domain. He's not only checking the domain. The domain is already checked and given to him, saying that okay, fine. This website is legitimate. You can go ahead and deliver the what you say the letter to the person. So what happens over here? The person, the MTA, that is the mail transfer agent, will go to that particular ID within that setup and then deliver the mail. Yeah, so far so good. So this is how the entire setup happens over here at the back. Why am I telling this to you? I am telling because all these servers are involved once you are sending the mails. Once you are sending the mails, if your mails are not getting delivered, it will have an issue in any of these servers. You need to check for those. You don't have to check, but you'll have to at least ask your service provider to check, why am I facing any issues in delivering the mails? Yeah, so far so good. Say all good if you all have understood. If you all have any questions, please ask me. What is spam? Spam, everybody has a spam folder within your IDs. So what you have over here, email without permission is unsolicited email. Okay, you are not interested in getting mails from a person you don't know. You don't want unwanted or unknown visitors coming to your house. Similarly is your email. You don't want any email barging into your inbox. You don't want that. What people sending in mails without your consent, or people sending in mail without your without checking whether you need it or not, that is called as spam. We are not going to learn spamming in this class. Okay, so rules are good. So your gatekeeper is your Gmail, who is going to check which emails to be sent to your inbox and which ones to be sent to your spam folders. There are two types of emails. What is it is what I'll explain you. One is an opt-in, and sorry, one is a single opt-in and the other is a double opt-in. Let's say, for example, all of you all are coming over here, okay, in this class. I ask each one of you all, please share your email IDs. You all will quickly give your email IDs in the chat boxes. Yes. What happens? Once you give me the email IDs, I start sending out mailers which are irrelevant to you, spamming related mails. Let's say, for example, buy this or buy from my website, or loan related stuff, credit card related stuff, insurance related stuff. I have sold your email IDs to the people in the market. What is that? That is a single opt-in. You have just given, because I asked for the email IDs. I am your trainer or your instructor over here. You followed my instruction and shared your email IDs. You are not expecting any kind of mails from my end. You're not expecting any kind of information from my end. What I've done is I've sold your email IDs in the market. You are not expecting any of those products also. Okay. That is a single opt-in. You have verbally told me, okay, take my mail ID. I said, okay, fine. But when I start sending out mails related to any businesses that is not required by you, then I'm spamming. Then it will land in your spam folder. Then if I want to get, if I'm doing any kind of promotional activity, I want to get into your Inbox, what do? I send in a request to you. So normally whenever you go on to any website, you sign up, okay? You sign up for that website. You want to download a brochure, let's say, for example. So you go on to that website, you want to download that brochure or that info, that report for your assignment. So it will say, please put in your email ID or register or log in. So when that person logs in, that person, that website will send an mail to your, excuse me, to your email ID saying that please verify, click on the link to verify it is you. What is happening over here? Over here, the server to server connection is happening, checking whether you are the person who had interacted with that website. So now this is called as a double opt-in. You are interested in getting information from that business. Are you all getting me? If you are understanding, tell getting you. Type getting you in your chat box so that I will understand whatever I'm saying, you are understanding. Please mention in your chat box getting you. Thank you so much. So understood, between a single opt-in and double opt-in, you just leave your email ID. Somebody is asking you to fill in a form. You just fill in a form. You give. That is a single opt-in. There is no server to server connection over here. If you are, what is double opt-in? If there is server, technically you are connected with that particular business. You are saying yes. You are giving consent to that business. Yes, send me mails. I am interested in you. That is double opt-in. Okay. Marketing within a niche. Let's say, for example, you've got 10,000 odd email IDs with you. Okay. Or you have got, let's say, from 100,000 email IDs with you. You have a product. Are you going to just send out mailers to everybody within your database? No. You will divide the database based on the requirement of, let's say, for example, if there is a particular course that I want, let's say, for example, I am teaching digital marketing, but I have got a different course called as graphic designing or web development. So I have a lot of email IDs with me. I am not going to send graphic designing course to everybody. I will only send graphic designing course to the people who have shown interest or have inquired with me for the graphic designing course. Are you all understanding? If I'm sending the entire the promotional mail to the entire database, then I am spamming. Even though he's interested in hearing from me, I am abusing my database. I'm exploiting that person who has inquired. I'm pestering, I'm troubling that person who has inquired with me. We are not supposed to do that. Business doesn't happen by chance. Business happens by choice. So if it is his choice to do graphic designing, then only he'll be interested in opening my mails. I cannot push on a graphic designer to learn web development. It will not happen. Okay. So I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. When to use email marketing? It's a broad-based marketing, not necessarily to be an opt-in, but it can be also solicited. You can buy emails and send it to everybody. That is also okay. But depends upon the kind of business. If you're an e-commerce business, you can buy emails and send it to everybody. I'm fine with that. Nothing too much to worry about. You can make mistakes also. So don't have to worry. Okay, advantages of email: transparent and easy. You can measure each and everything, right from what is the cost to an email sent to what is the cost of a sales done, the cost of acquisition, which we had checked in the first class. Can strike a conversation directly with the customer. Emails can be customized if you know the target well. Most of the internet users have email IDs and it is affordable email for marketing. Okay, it's not very expensive. Nurturing the list. You will not just send the database mails to the entire database. You need to, over a period of time, understand whether this email ID belongs to a male, whether this email ID belongs to a female, what is the age of that email ID in terms of what is the age of the person, okay, what is the location, Where does the person come from? So as of now, let's say for example, I'm just collecting your email IDs, but I don't know whether you are a male or a female. What is your age? Which location you belong to? What profession you come from? But over a period of time, what I'm going to do is I am going to uh, nurture the database. I am going to collect more and more information so that I can communicate with you more effectively, and I am not spamming you. Okay, that is where I come from, nurturing. It does not happen overnight. You have to trust me, you have to trust the business. Then only, if I ask all of y'all, give me your email ID, give me your phone number, give me your age, give me your address, give me your date of birth, give me your any sort of personal details, you will be suspicious. You will say, why is he asking me so many details about me? Maybe is he trying to do any kind of spamming? Is he trying to do any kind of fraud with me? You will become cautious. Okay, this does not happen overnight. Over a period of time, you need to build trust. The business has to build trust with its audience. Then only that person is ready to share the personal details with the business. If any business comes to you and says, I want your name, number, phone ID, email address, uh, your date of birth, your address, where do you work, what's your salary, what's your designation, then you are not willing to share all these details with the person. Why? Because he can use these details anywhere, okay, maybe to do anything. So you are a bit cautious. Okay. Sourcing emails. Okay, the best way to source emails is the opt-in list. Okay, so it's the most preferred method. Audience wants to do more from you, and it has higher conversion rate because people are interested in knowing from you. What are the disadvantages? It is slow to grow and has to be nurtured by providing genuine value and is not a short-term solution. Sourcing emails. What happens when it comes to sourcing email? What are the purchased ones? So purchased ones. What are the benefits? You can start sending out mails. You've got a lot of mail IDs. What are the disadvantages? Spamming is illegal. Okay, you cannot do spamming. Google will stop the entire panel that you're doing from it. Okay, scraping mail ID. What is scraping? So you go to various portals, you go to Google, you start collecting email IDs from those portals. Okay, so that is how you can do. But again, spamming is legal. The person doesn't know you. He's not expecting a mail from you. He's not interested in your business. He doesn't know you. So why would he entertain you? So spamming is illegal. But again, it is affordable. It is free. So you can do that. Okay, how do you, then you can say, you will ask me, how do I increase my email IDs? Then I want email IDs. So here are some of the ideas that you can do to increase your email IDs. Pop-ups. Do you all know what are pop-ups? You go onto a website and something pops up. They will ask you for a name, for your name, your email ID, or maybe your phone number, worst case. Okay, so that's a pop-up that happens. So you can have those pop-ups on your website. Don't do it often. Why? Because Google does not like the pop-ups. It will not give you the ranking. Do it on your landing pages. That is allowed. Your single pages where you're collecting the name, number, email ID of the person, wherein you're giving just crisp information about your business. There you can have pop-ups. That's absolutely fine. That's not a challenge. Okay. Add customers from the other sources of your email list. Okay, what are your other sources of your email list? You're doing any campaigns? That is, you the other day we saw we are doing campaigns on social media. You're doing SEO, you are doing Google AdWords. All these things is where you're doing things to collect information about your customers. So you will store this in a repository wherein you have collected the information of the people who are willing to interact with your business. They are filled in a lead form. Okay, and they have downloaded the brochure, but they have given you their email IDs with you. Okay, They have subscribed for your newsletters. All these are various sources where you can collect data from, and you are going to keep it in a repository. Okay. Test out the position of your opt-in forms. Try having multiple forms on one page. Some sales landing page have as high as 4 landing pages on. They are 4 pop-ups or your opt-in forms on a particular page. Have an email signature. Use this as a branding feature. Spread the word about your email list. You can ask people to subscribe to your email ID, to your newsletters, wherein you are capturing the email IDs. You can ask people to sign up for or subscribe for any of the activities that you're doing. Okay. You can also go ahead and ask people to sign up on a particular contact us form, book an appointment thing. So you are putting in these links in your signature. Okay. So if you are not having any of the signatures in your email ID, please go and have a signature for your email. People would like to know more about you, because each of the mails that you're sending out, you're not introducing yourselves, but in your signature you can put in your name, your designation, your company address. You can put in your various social media handles. You can put in your phone number. You can put in your website, and you can also put in your link where people can opt in for this email list. Okay. Send to a friend option on the site is a simple way to increase the opt-ins. Experiment with other channels to increase your opt-ins, and add social proofs if you have. Okay. These are some of the ways. These are some of the examples I've put in. You can also give people some bribe. So let's say, for example, you want this particular report. Okay, fine. Then give me your email ID. I will share this report with you. Or you want to see this video? Share your email ID. I will share the video with you. Okay, all those kind of stuff. Okay. These are some of the widgets on your website. You can ask your web developer to have these widgets either on the top, in the header, or on the right side widget, left side widget, or in the footer section, wherever you think is visible for the customers to share their details with you. Okay. Inbox delivery. Do not use your main domain. Why? If your main domain gets spammed, you will not be able to send out mailers to anybody, because Google would have identified, there are servers across the globe that would have identified that this particular domain is troubling people. So stop the mails that this domain is sending people to. Even if you are sending one-on-one mails, it will stop. Okay. So don't do that. Use buy a different domain for your email activity and do it from